comes at a great cost. Sometimes in our day-to-day lives, it's easy to forget what a precious gift we've been given. But we need to pause and remember the sacrifices that some of our friends or even our family have made. We need to crack open our history books and reread the stories of bravery of those that fought to the death because they believed in a thing called freedom. This year, Odin read about the brave men who dared, at peril of their own lives, to sign the Declaration of Independence. All of them suffered deeply because of it. I thought I would share with you just a few things about some of them. John Hancock wrote his name on the Declaration in large, clear letters, even though he already knew there was a reward for his head. Samuel Adams said, "No personal considerations shall induce me to abandon the righteous cause of my country." In other words, he was willing to give up everything. John Morton suffered in that most of his oldest and dearest friends turned against him. Robert Morris loaned his great fortune to the Continental Congress and for 8 years managed the financial affairs of our country. Then, when he was an old man, when our government might have saved him by paying back a little of the money which was his due, the creditors of this great man put him in a debtor's prison, where he died soon after. Francis Lewis, a wealthy merchant, lost all of his property to the British, and both he and his wife were kept in prison. Lewis Morris owned 3,000 acres of the finest land. He had abundant wealth and lived like a prince. Even though British troops were stationed near him and watched his every move, he signed the Declaration of Independence. He immediately lost all his earthly possessions, and his family was driven from their beautiful home as an example to all rebels. His descendants might have been living on his land to this day if he would not have signed his name to that paper. Arthur Middleton also had his property confiscated and suffered imprisonment which caused his death before the end of the war. Thomas Nelson saved Virginia from bankruptcy by turning his large fortune into the public treasury. Also, at Yorktown, where he was in command of the state militia, he ordered the destruction of his own home because it seemed necessary to do so, that the victory would be ours. Captain Richard Stockton was captured by the British. He was put in a jail in New York City, and the British treated him so badly that he soon died. John Hart was actually hunted for years through the swamps and woods of New Jersey before losing his life. And that is just 10 of the 56 men who signed the Declaration of Independence. It was just the beginning. These men, and so many others since then, have seen the value of freedom and have paid a great price to obtain it and to keep it. This weekend, we are especially remembering the sacrifice of those who have given their lives so that we can stand here free. What a wonderful gift they've given to us. Let us never forget the cost.